Welcome. This is your favorite station. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the show Stardom Spot Show. This is your host TanyaV, and we've got
alongside DJ Master Nick.
And here on our guest we have Norren. Let her introduce herself.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me. I am Norren Chiedza Mavunga, and sometimes people call me the Black Pearl.
Wow, we have to give you a round of applause to our guest. This is how we do it. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Norren. Yes, we have to do a background check about you. Can you just introduce yourself? Give us a brief background.
Thank you so much. So, as I mentioned, I'm Norren Chiedza Mavunga, and my model name is the Black Pearl. I am an individual who does modeling, and on the side I also do telemarketing.
Okay.
And also on the side I do poultry farming. Yes. And also I am a nature photographer as well. Yes.
Wow.
That's a bit of Norren over
Now you got my attention on nature photography. What is it about?
So basically, I'm a poet. And sometimes when you want to actually find the right words to say, you have to be secluded sometimes. I usually take nature walks. So I appreciate nature. So I find something, anything interesting, be it in the mountains, in the forest, or anywhere in nature, flowers, you name it. I would take pictures, be it at, I visit, be it at the river, whatever. Yes.
Sounds fascinating and inspiring.
Thank you so much.
So how do you balance these things? Because it seems you are everywhere.
It's very diverse. It's very diverse.
Honestly speaking, I would say if you're in Zimbabwe, you have to be diverse. You have to try everything, because literally sometimes something is paying off today and the other thing is not paying off tomorrow. So at the moment, I would say that employment. I'm stuck with employment because at the end of the day I need to eat. And then in my spare time, I do try to create time for my modeling. Okay. So if I do get a gig or if I do get called for an advert, I actually try to create a space where I can actually go and visit and then have the show done. And for poultry farming, it's an everyday job at home. So I usually have chickens that lay eggs. So basically I attend to that every day. And then with nature photography and poetry, it's something that just comes because of my emotions, how I'm feeling that day. But I would say that with my poetry, I am more ventured into my deeper emotions, because it usually comes when I am not feeling okay, when I'm feeling blue, that kind of thing. So that's when I usually write my poetry. So poetry comes here and there depending on the mood.
On the mood.
Yes.
What about when you're happy?
When I'm happy, that's the funny thing, you know, I was actually thinking about it because when I was actually going through all the poetry I've written, it's all deep, it's all sad to some extent, but at the end of the day, at the end of the paragraph, it always shows victory. I always ensure that whenever I'm writing, I write something that motivates me. So it might be deep at the beginning, but at the end it has to have a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, we all have a David and Goliath story, you know. It's always the best story.
Yeah.
We all conquer all in the end.
Yes.
And why did you choose this career path?
Honestly, with some careers, especially modeling, nature does it for you. Growing up, I grew up at a faster rate. I was always tall. I still remember there was a time when I actually had to run away from Sunday school, because every time when it came to prayer time, they'd be like, "That tall girl, can you please pray for us?"
Wow.
So I was like, oh my goodness, so it ain't a crime.
It was labeling. You were being labeled as a tall, yeah.
I have to admit, I have to confess, I'll be one of those kids, because I'm so short. I wanted to be tall. I hated to. Yeah, I was also the shortest kid. So, and every time I saw a person who looked like a model.
So today I'm blessed. I have a short one and I have a tall one, so it's balanced in the studio.
It definitely is.
Yeah. So when that happened, then some ladies from my mom's friends would say, your daughter's actually tall, you know, she suits the modeling criteria and everything like that. So it's not something that I was thinking of, but it was an idea that was placed on me. So then when people started telling me you can be a model, your height, and then my mom's friend used to have a gown shop. So she would call us whenever new gowns would come in, and then she would say, I want some models, I believe you can do it, and all that stuff. So I'd go pose and everything. When I would pose, then she'll be like, wow, you're just natural, you're a natural. So that's when I was like, okay, so why shouldn't I venture into that? So that's how it started.
So it sounds interesting though. So we're about to ask, how did you manage to venture into modeling, and how did it start?
It actually started later in life, around 2017. You know, the modeling industry, it's filled with different views. Back in the day, people used to think that kind of thing. And so because they didn't really get more information about it, it made our parents so skeptical for us to actually join that industry. So I could only join it when I went to uni. So I used to always pray about it, you know. I was like, God, can I please meet a photographer or people in this industry that cannot manipulate me? Because that's one of the notions that are there, manipulation, abuse, and everything like that. So it came in 2017 around my birthday. Then I just thought to myself, you know what, I want to capture every moment of my birthday every year to see how my progress. So I actually went into the CBD looking for a nice photographer. I got to the place, met the guy, and the prices were ridiculous. And then here I was thinking, the money they're actually requesting is the money I want to use for my dinner, to just celebrate my birthday. So I went back at school sad and all that stuff. So then there was this guy, he was known as Tycee, back at uni. I had gone through his Facebook before. He used to take really nice pictures and he would capture moments and everything like that. So here I was, then my friends were like, you know what, it's your birthday, let's go to the cafeteria and buy you like a cake or anything like that at the cafe and all that stuff. So we went there, and guess who I bumped into? Tycee.
Wow.
So there I was, starstruck. Then I went to him and I was like, you know what, I've seen a couple of pictures of yours on Facebook. Today's my birthday, and I was hoping, because he actually used to walk around with his camera, then I was like, I'm hoping you could actually take me a picture, and so that I keep memories and all that. Then he actually laughed about it. Then he was like, you know what, since it's your birthday, I won't charge you. Okay. Exactly, that's
so
how
you got a birthday present.
Exactly.
Oh, amazing.
So that's when back at my university, there were some areas that were filled with nature, a little bit of some hills. So then he was like, let's go on that little hill. I want to take some silhouette pictures. And we went also into the road. That one was actually fun, honestly speaking, and also scary.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because he told me, okay, no cars are coming by, sit in the middle of the road. I want to take a picture like this. He told me all the concepts that he had in mind. And then when he posted it on his Facebook, then that's when he also even started taking models. Then he posted model Norren, the Black Pearl, and then he would always put a caption on it. Then when I saw the pictures, I was like really intrigued, honestly. So I was like, you know what? Then he actually came to me. Then he was like, wouldn't you want to work with me? Then I was like, okay, that'll be cool, because it was the dawn of an awakening of a career, of a dream. Yeah. So remember I told you that my mom's friend used to own gowns. So before I went to school, I actually bought a couple and went with them at school. So then he was like, I'm looking for a different attire now. I'm looking for a gown. Weird enough. And we can shoot it in the CBD. So back at school, I was in Cyprus. So the CBD has this kind of Roman, Italian kind of vibe. Yes, of old buildings and all that stuff. So then he was like, I'll shoot it in the CBD. So we're going there, and we went there, and honestly, it went well. And boom, that's how it started.
One hell of a birthday present, I must say.
Thank you so much.
And what inspired you?
So when the dream started, honestly, then I started looking at other models. To begin with, Naomi Campbell. She's a star.
I agree.
Yes, she's a star. So, looking at her and being a black woman in the industry, which was dominated by white people, it's something that's actually inspiring because where she is now is not where she started.
Yes.
Yeah.
You always start small.
Yes.
Yes. So she never gave up on the dream.
Yeah.
And we have another Zimbabwean who's actually been in the industry for quite a while, 13 years. Her name is Nyasha Matonodze.
I love her.
Yes,
I love
yes, yes. So, you know, following them, seeing what they're doing, and there's also another girl called PY. I actually went to high school with her. She's in China right now.
Okay.
But she's actually dominating in the China industry, which is really amazing.
It's tough to crack, eh?
Exactly, because back in the day, you know, she would say that when I actually started, I would have some Chinese people come and scratch my skin, thinking I've got dirt.
Oh,
So you can imagine.
Yeah.
So you can imagine trying to dominate in such an industry.
Yeah, true.
So looking at their life stories and also thinking about myself, it was something that motivated me. And you know, if someone else can do it, why can't you?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are the ringleader to your own career. If you let yourself down, it's only blames back to you.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
So, who is your icon and why?
Okay, so the ladies I actually just mentioned.
She's your icon.
Yes, yes. And another one who's actually not a model, but an actress in fact, Viola Davis.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. She is a powerful woman.
Yeah,
She fights
true.
for women. She's a feminist. She fights for women's rights, and she has this note. She can take over any role you give her, and in every role, be it she's struggling, but she does not
Give up.
give up. She
Yeah.
does not take defeat. She always has that thing that you can do it. Once you put yourself to it, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I
true,
love her.
true.
She's a role model, especially for black women.
Exactly.
She's gone with her natural hair everywhere.
Exactly.
I love that because I was obsessed with wigs. She's one of the people who taught me to keep my hair. Her,
Let's
Lupita
hear it.
Nyong'o. Her, Lupita Nyong'o. I love that. And then Nigeria, I love that.
That is true.
What are the major events you've attended as a model?
Okay, so some of the major events that I've actually attended, there's a lady I work with who's called Beverly. She's this white lady. So she deals with this company called DComs. So DComs usually does a lot of adverts, be it Econet, be it anything. New liquid, anything like that. So back in Zim, she's the one who I started working with. We did an Econet advert, which was advertising Eco Cash. But the way it started off as a fashion show. So I was part of that. And then I also had a Coca-Cola advert that I was working on with Tyson, a couple of photographers, though it didn't really go well in terms of paperwork and all that stuff, but the pictures did come out. And it was one of the greatest feelings I had. I will actually get into that soon.
Okay. So just bring us, what is your best moment or the greatest achievement that you can say and why?
Okay. So one of the greatest, although it didn't really come out well, it's still the greatest for me because when we were doing the shoots and everything, it was incredible. It was the Coca-Cola advert. We went to charge office, yes, and we had to shoot on top of combis. We had
Whoa,
to
That sounds artistic.
It was incredible.
Were you not scared?
Not even. To some extent, I was nervous, but honestly, getting involved in that environment became exciting because even, you know, the Windies would come, they would start saying, "Is this coming out in America?" So they would also, you know, be part and parcel of the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And
you enjoyed the whole moment.
exactly.
Yeah.
They started hooting, and we actually even played pool with them. You know, they were so friendly. They were so welcoming to the environment, to the whole environment, and everything like that. So it was one of my best.
And do you have any regrets and why?
Okay, regrets at the moment. I would say, to some extent. The modeling industry in Zim is not really paying that much for you to actually be rely on it entirely for, you know, paying rent and all that stuff. So you end up having to work. And
so you have to supplement with doing another job.
That's where the other jobs come in.
Exactly. So with the job that I'm actually currently working at as a telemarketer, I am a quality control officer.
Wow.
So yes.
He has to ask.
So this brings me back. So why were you studying in Cyprus?
I studied international law.
Wow! This is amazing.
Yes.
So how are you balancing the whole act as a model and also...
Okay, alright. So with law, it wasn't really my passion. You know, when you're going out there, when you're going to school, your parents want the white collar jobs.
Yeah, true.
Exactly, because looking at it honestly, those are the ones that really pay. And you trying to venture into something different, everyone has the fear of the unknown. So one wouldn't want their kid to start something new, something that hasn't been actually started in the family before. So my mom was like, you should start law, you know, that kind of thing. And I was like, okay. To make them happy and proud at the same time, I actually studied law. I graduated well, and then I came back to Zim. So when you come back to Zim, you have to convert. So you have to go to school for another couple of years again. So I wasn't ready to go back to school. Then fortunately, I actually just got a job in telemarketing. Yes, amazing, so that's how.
Amazing. So you were fortunate enough there's a sort of a continuity within you.
Yes.
All right. So is there an organization that you are working with, or maybe are there any other expectations from the organization?
Okay, at the moment, like I mentioned, I'm working with Beverly. She works with the organization DCOMS. And she usually calls us here and there when there are new gigs. There's an advert that needs to be done. So it's a matter of the more people you meet, the more connections you get. So at the moment, that's just basically where I am. And unfortunately, like you once asked, do you have any regrets? With telemarketing, you have to be spot on the job every day.
That's
Controlling quality is not easy for a big company, so it's a demanding job. So that has to some extent affected a little in areas where I have to do my modeling. So I usually get limited time for modeling here and there, because you have to balance to survive at the end of the day. So if I do get a modeling gig when I can. When I can't, unfortunately, I can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on Stardom Spot Show with our guest Norren. It's getting exciting and exciting. DJ TanyaV.
Alright, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
And now your host.
Welcome back to Stardom Spot Show. This is your host TanyaV, and we're back with
DJ Master Nick and our guest in the studio, Norren.
Thank you.
Are we glad to have you here? We're having so much fun in the studio.
Thank you so much, guys.
And can you now tell us, what are the challenges you're facing in Zimbabwe as a model?
Connections, honestly.
Yes.
With work, again, like I mentioned, if you're not available where other people are getting their photo shoots done, wherever there's a gig, connections are limited. So I would say the major part is connections into venturing into new things, anything like that. So I would say that's the major
challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. So for models in this industry, what can you say they can do to overcome these challenges?
I have been getting in contact with this other lady. She's Miss Environment Zimbabwe. She's called Pauline Marere.
Okay.
So because she is now popular in the industry, she has started a school for modeling.
Wow, amazing.
Yes.
Thumbs up for her.
Exactly. So the nice thing is that if you venture with her, she teaches you how to model. After that, she connects you. So obviously someone wouldn't connect you to rowdy people, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, can you give us the social handles?
Okay. It's okay. So I am usually active more on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, you love photos so much.
I think it's the best for a model. We can see you more.
Yeah, I think that's the best platform for all models.
Yes. So my Instagram handle, it's Norren Roxy. That's NORREN and Roxy ROXY.
Yeah, you
Wow.
got the double R. I'm Norren. I used to misspell it.
I get that a lot.
So what should we say to them? I'm sorry, Mruchaga Norini.
It's Onolin or Noreen. No. I will not answer.
Don't butcher her name. It's Norren.
That's great. So you're on Instagram and also
Yes. And on Facebook, but on Facebook I'm not really
active.
Yeah, it's mostly Instagram.
What about an X?
Not at
Not
all.
Never at
Yeah.
Mm.
And LinkedIn for professionalism.
So you have to be professional. Bookings only on LinkedIn. Alright. And is there any advice you have for young girls who are trying to break into modeling?
Yes. Like I mentioned, honestly speaking, get associated with the people that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah,
Research about it, not so as to not fall into the wrong hands. Ask for family help and advice, even friends. It can assist. Honestly speaking, my family has been a very great support system, even my friends. Those are the people that have linked me to the people I'm actually working with at the moment. So honestly speaking, research and family.
So generally, most of the families in Zimbabwe, if you tell them that you want to do anything associated with arts and modeling, and they'll
It's
say,
a no-no.
what you want to do?
Exactly. Because honestly speaking, people think that modeling is all about being naked.
Yeah, true.
It's not true.
Yeah, it's
not true at
So
all.
we have to change the narrative. They
Exactly.
must know the true narrative.
Exactly. And I feel what you have started is actually really good. Interviewing people with talent. At least
Yes.
it can be broadcasted out there for people to know and for people to understand that honestly speaking, what you think it is not entirely what it is.
Yeah,
and in
true.
any business, honestly, there's always a good and a bad side.
Yeah.
So never judge and put a black paint on something before you actually know everything about it.
Yeah, that is true.
We are in Stardom. Yes, before we finish up or wrap up our program, do you have any future plans?
Honestly speaking, future plans is to continuously keep growing, to remain diverse, because the world is so diverse, honestly speaking. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the program, today this is working, tomorrow this is not working. So I would want to continuously work with more photographers, more models, because the more you start working with other people, you can actually develop your creativeness.
Wonderful.
Exactly. And also work-wise, keep growing as well.
Yeah, true.
You can't be stationary, honestly.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have Norren the Black Pro. I love that name. And we have DJ
Master Nick, before we go, any parting words?
Okay, parting words. I would say, most people say the sky is the limit.
Yes.
I beg to differ.
And that's true.
I would say there's something beyond the sky.
Oh,
It's
Yes.
that's
amazing.
beautiful. I can hear the poet in me now.
So yeah, there's always something beyond the sky. Keep searching. There are a lot of things that people don't know yet. The universe is not limited. We limit ourselves.
True.
So I would say keep fighting for what you believe in. If you believe that you want to be a model, keep working on that. If you believe you want to be a musician, keep working onto that. For instance, McDonald's became popular when he was 50 and above.
Yeah, true.
So one person may try a career path for just a year and give up. You haven't tried yet.
Yeah, true.
Yes. And also I would say pray about it. God gives direction.
Yes.
So
Amazing.
Amen.
that is true. So yes, the sky is not the limit.
It is not the limit. It's just the start. Alright? And this is TanyaV.
And DJ Master Nick, we had to thank our guest Norren have taken her time to grace our program. We
And before
thank
we
you
just
so much.
grace the program,
Mm-hmm.
I used to actually wanted to be a DJ, you know.
Wow! You're still welcome.
So let me just do something for
not
you
just
guys.
so
It's amazing. You
So
can.
this was my name. I would be like, this is ZFM Stereo, your station, my station. This is DJ Roxy. We're rocking it today, tomorrow, and we keep rocking it. Ladies and gentlemen in the building, I have Mrs. Tanya, I have Mr. Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to have you guys.
Wow!
I think she should
You
take
cannot
careers.
close our show
Just
with
killing
this
it.
amazing.
Incredible.
We have to clap hands for you as we go. And this is an amazing explosion.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, that was stunning. It's pro work right there. All right, thank you for joining us on our show, Stardom Spot Show. Have a nice day. Until next time, wrapping up episode 1.